Hi everyone. In this, okay. So if you talk about the main benefit of this Google skills, Google ADK skills, you can say that. So imagine like that you have the huge prompt, like for example, if you have the 2000 line, 3000 line prompt, okay, and every time if you are running or if you are asking any question to your ADK agent, so it entirely load this prompt in its context, okay. So and that's why sometimes our response is getting slow, sometimes we are not getting the correct responses, okay. So to avoid these things, Google recently launched this ADK skills, okay. Basically its main goal is that by using these skills we can improve maintainability, modularity and scalability. So same if you can think like that. If you have the around 200 tools, okay, and you have 3000 lines of prompt, okay. So what you can do those things is group your tools into specific ADK skills, okay, and you easily use those things. And if you are querying specific related to that functionality, then only it execute those skills, okay, skills from, and it works, okay. So this is the simple things about Google ADK skills. uh, uh, if you talk about the folder structure, so means there you need to create one folder for skills. In that you have skill.md file. Basically these files are contain your instruction as well as its behavior things, okay. Also we have references folder. In references you can store the domain documentation. Also in example you can do this some already already basically in example you can use some for depends on your agent, you can pass different things. uh, Also there is asset folder, you can do optional supporting files in that. So basically skill guide the agent on how to solve the task, okay. For example, to execute the actual API, Python, BigQuery, etc. Root from stage focus while the domain knowledge lies inside the skills. So if you talk about the architecture, so how it's work initially, like if you imagine like that, if user asks question, okay, it goes to the root agent. Root agent loads the entire prompt. Okay, for example, in our case, we have the 3000 lines prompt. So our root agent will load those prompts, correct? And again, it call the specific tools, and then you got the response. But if you use the skills, okay, so how those things work? So if user asks any question, it's go to the root agent, correct? And in root agent decide which skill toolset you want to go. For example, if you have finance skill, support skill, HR skill, and your query is regarding only to the financial related things, okay, so it only pays the prompt which is financial skills and execute those instructions, okay. Or sometimes what happen if your query is related to finance and support both things, so it will only load those two skills in your agent and it will work. Talking about the component of the skills, so it has the user query, discovery part, skill loading. Also, it reads skills.md file and resources. After that, it will select the tool execution, and then you got the final response. So, talking about the benefit, why we should use these skills? See, initially we are using this long prompt. Okay, we are storing all those things into the prompt. But what will be the benefit of using these skills? So, first benefit is the modular business knowledge. Means based on your modular business, okay, means for example, if you are asking the specific question related to solve the business specific business, then it only load this skills, okay. Also if you are including all the prompt instruction from the prompt.py file to your skills, so your root prompt becomes smaller, okay. Also it's support us to domain ownership, means finance related things you can keep in the different things, support related in the different skill folder, HR related things in the different folder. Also easier maintenance and code review. If you means it will help you to maintain those things easily. Means if you want to add specific things related to finance only, so you just need to do these changes in the skills.md file of finance. Also it's help us to skills across multiple agents. Means same skill we can use into the multiple agent. Also it supports the better scalability as domain growth. Also progressive loading of skill guidance instead of from a thick prompt, means you can progressively load your skill guidance, okay. So these are all the benefit of using these skills. So in Hey, hi everyone. So in this video I am going to create one industry ready project using Google ADK skills. So as you know, this Google ADK Skills feature recently launched by the Google team. Okay, and this is most useful features. Means it also it's improve your latency of the responses. Also, it helps us to reduce the token size of the prompt. Okay. Also, you are getting fast responses. Those things are managed by using this Google ADK Skills. So let's go into the practical implementation. So if you see on my screen, so here I have created one folder. Okay, so basically I am assuming like that I have use case like that I have the 250 tools or more than tools at the MCP server side. Okay, and those tools I am using in the my Google ADK agent. But when I use those 250 or more than those tools, so when I ingested those tools, okay, and using those tools, so at that time my prompt size is increasing. For example, I have 4,000 line or 5,000 line of prompt. So how should I reduce those prompt? So the best approach for those things is the instead of prompt.py, we use the skills based on the specific modules we have, or we are going to group those APIs into the specific skills, and then we are using those skills. Okay, let's see. So if you see here, so imagine like that this is your separate MCP server. Okay, so I open here. Okay, so basically this MCP servers uses the different tools. If you see here, I have the customer tool, order tool, ticket tool. Okay, so these are the different tools. If you see, I also have the gate weather tools. This tool helps us to gauge the current weather, okay, weather data, like location, temperature, unit condition, forecast details, etc. Also, if you want to find the details of any customer, so we have the lookup customer tool. If you check here, we have on any information related to the customer, so get customers order. Okay, basically these tools giving us the order details of that customers. Also, here I have the create support ticket tools in, or for example in our chatbot, if you want to create a support ticket, so this is the tools for create support tickets. Also, I have get ticket status, means this ticket is open, close, or in a fixed stage. So basically those things we are getting from this get ticket status. Also, I have the another tool, convert currency, okay, which convert our currencies into the USD. Okay, so those things. So if you see that those tools, okay, which I have added here, it's not related to each other. Means some of them are related to each other, have the dependency of each other, but some of them are like separate tools, like send notification, or get weather data, or uh, convert currency. Okay, so what happened when I use those servers, okay, server tools at the agent side, so I need to add the entire prompt, okay, of all tools into the my agent side, and my prompt become huge. Okay, so to avoid those things, we are using skills. Okay, so I will show you the my agent code now. Imagine like that you have deployed this server, okay, in your production system, like in Cloud Run or any other uh, cloud provider. Okay, and you got some URL. Okay, so for example, if you see my agent code, so I am running it on local. My first step is like that I am using this MCP server URL. Okay, local MCP server URL, and it helps us me to give the if you see in else block, I am continuously running this server.py. But if you are deploying it in the production, so you should use this code. Means here you paste your actual MCP server URL you have deployed, and you can use here streamable HTTP connection parameter. But for local developer, I am using STDIO connection. Okay, so if you see here, I am loading the skills from the skills directory. So if you see the folder structure of the skills, So if you can see that here we have this skills.md file. Basically this skills related to customer lookup skill, and to maintain those things, firstly we need to follow some certain format here. Like we have the name, we have the description of that skill, and then we have the other details, okay, available tools, their instruction and all other things. If you check for this support ticket one, okay, I am also opening this. So okay, so here also I am maintaining the same format, like name of the skills, description, and all other information like instruction, which tools it's calling, and all other details. Same for others, like if you check here, like if I show you the weather one, okay, so if you check this weather skills, okay, we are also maintaining the same format. So you can think like that this is mandatory format for skills to understand or to track our skills, okay. When user asks the query, so it will read this description and then decide which skills will be needed for those specific things, okay. So now also I will show you those things. So this is the specific skills, okay, and this are the, we follow this folder structure. Now we have this okay, so now what we are doing there, we are loading all the root directory here in skill directory, okay, and then we are creating the skill tool set, okay. So this is the built-in package recently published by Google. So if you see here, I am importing this skills one ADK tools import skill toolset. So this toolset I am importing here. So check here. So I am using here. Okay. Okay. So what happened now? I want to show you that this skills toolset we are passing here in the tools. Okay. Tools we are passing this, and also we are passing this MCP toolset here. Okay, and the benefit of that, like that, initially if I want to include all those things in the instructions, okay, so my instruction becomes too complex. But when I am using this skills one, so if you see here, my instructions are very short, okay, means root agent only follows uses this instruction, and also it uses this skills toolset to decide which tool we needed for this, okay. Okay, so when I run this using ADK web, so you can see here, when I run this using ADK web and I ask the questions, okay, hi, hello, how can, so it give me the response. So in normal query, it didn't call any tool set, okay, but if I ask, give me the weather details of Mumbai, so you can see here what it will. So when I ask the question, so firstly it will try to find which skills are needed, which skills are matching related to this query. Okay, so if you see here, it go for this get weathers tool. Okay, and then it finally give me the response. Okay, same way if I ask the like other details. Okay, for example, if I ask the any customer details. Okay, so if I ask, for example, so if you see here, if I ask this question, look up customers Asha Rao at example.com and show her recent orders. Okay, so let's see which to. So now it will firstly call lookup customers. Okay, you can see here, and then it called the get customer order tools. Means at the time here, at the same time it using the two skill set. One is the lookup customer as well as the get customer order. Okay, also if I ask the convert to USD. Let's see what it will do, which tool set it call. Okay, so if you see here, at this time it will calling this convert currency tool. So or 200 rupees become 2.4 USD dollar. Okay. So friends, this is about skills. In general, these skills are used to reduce the huge prompt, also make the responses quicker, and also it helps us to maintain and neat clean instructions at the specific folder level structure. So these skills are very important. Thank you friend, thank you for watching.